In this video I'll demonstrate how to disassemble the AT&T Samsung Solstice 2 A817. You want to go ahead and remove the battery, SIM card, and any micro SD cards that may be inserted in the phone. You then need to remove 6 Phillips screws. You want to go ahead and take a cell phone prying tool and separate the rear housing from the front housing. Now I want to disconnect this flex cable right here. Lift the PCB board from the bottom up. To remove these buttons, simply just take a flathead, place it behind them. There is some adhesive. Just flip them up. Okay. Now I'm lifting this out. This one has already been disassembled before. But this speaker likes to stay in this section here. So when removing it, be very careful. You may have to pick it out with your flathead. Like I said, this one just came out. Now to remove this piece, it's fairly easy. You just want to go ahead and disconnect it from the front housing. First, let's go ahead and disconnect the LCD. Excuse me, so this cable right here is actually connected to the digitizer. This is the LCD flex cable. Now I'm not going to fully disconnect this. If you have to replace your digitizer, you will have to fully disconnect it, and I recommend either using a heat gun or even a hair dryer and slowly heat the adhesive underneath. Do not, if you're using a heat gun, do not hold it close at all to this digitizer flex cable. And if you do use a heat gun, put it on the lowest setting possible. All you want to do is heat the adhesive underneath to simply just flip it up. Like I said, I'm not going to do that right now. I'll make that in a later video, how to replace the digitizer. So at this point we're going to go ahead and re-put the phone back together. Make sure if you've disconnected your digitizer flex cable, you reinsert it. Also make sure when you put the PCB board back in that you press down on the speaker so it goes into place. And the rear housing just snaps right back on. Now before I tighten up these screws, with every cell phone that you take apart, before you tighten it back up, power it on and make sure everything is working, such as the digitizer and the LCD. So we can see the digitizer, or excuse me, the LCD is working, as everything will. Then we'll just make sure the digitizer is still working. And there's no reason for anything not to work. This is just in case. It sucks when you put a phone back together and then you gotta disassemble it because you didn't connect some flex cable. So I always double check. So everything's working. Go ahead and tighten this up and conclude this video. that is it. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. You can send me a message here on YouTube.